So in your kit, you'll have this rectangle of furry fabric. You can use the entire rectangle and make one big worry pet, or you can cut it in half and make two smaller ones, totally up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and cut mine in half. So I folded it so that the fur is along the inside, and I'm just going to snip along the seam that I've created by folding it over so that I've got two long strips of fabric. And you'll get some sort of circular something. I found the lid of a Mod Podge container, and that's gonna work for me. I'm just going to trace two circles along my strip of fabric. So trace, trace, trace. And if you're going to make two smaller ones, make sure you've got enough space that you can fold your piece of fabric in half. And that way they're there. Now we're going to mark a couple of spots here. That's where our eyes are going to go. And so do a little snip on the mark you just made. And you'll push your eyes in. So make sure that the colored part, the pupil part, is on the correct side, the furry side. So I went with green eyes here. And I'm just going to get my eyes together, and the white or clear part is going to go on the inside of your pet. So we'll just find the right spot, poke your eye through, and then put the clear stopper on the inside. Do the same thing with the second one. Clear stopper on the inside. And that's just going to keep your eyes from falling out. You can snip the fur around the eye if you want to make it pop out more. You don't have to. And now you're going to fold your fabric so that the fur is on the inside, the circles that you drew are on the outside. And you're just going to run a needle and thread along that line you've made. Let's go almost all the way around. Make sure you leave enough space that you have space to turn it right side out. So I sewed almost all the way around. I left a little bit of space so I can turn it right side out. Now we're going to tie a knot where we just sewed so that it doesn't come apart. When you're sewing, make sure that you are sewing pretty close together. That way your pellets don't fall out. And flip it right side out. And then once it's right side out, you can fill it up with either your cotton batting or the pellets I gave you, or both, whatever feels best to you. This is your little pet, so do with it as you please. Now once it's full enough, we'll just sew that opening closed. And it might help if you use like a piece of paper to make a funnel to put those little pellets in with, if you need to. So once it's pretty full, we're going to carefully make sure that most of the fur is out, and then we will continue to sew that opening closed. And the nice thing about this fabric is that because it is so furry, you can't really see the seam whatsoever. So if you're not a great sewer, not a big deal. Is sewer a word? Seamstress. If you're not a great seamstress, not a big deal. The whole point is just to get it as close as possible so that your little pellets and batting don't fall out. That's really the objective. It doesn't matter how it looks. And we're just making a very simple seam And there you have it. Now it's all sewed together. There you go.